Hi, I'm Debbie Harbeck, and I'm a certified life coach working with women in midlife and through the menopause transition. So each week, I'll be sharing the latest information, inspiration, and generate some momentum so you can move forward and feel more in control of your changing midlife body and your life. Let's go. Hi, and welcome back to Midlife Momentum. You might have noticed I've shortened the name of the podcast. I took the and the podcast out of the title. It's just Midlife Momentum now. And if you're listening to this episode when it comes out, which is the beginning of February, you are in time to join my 21-day Fuel Your Midlife Body Challenge, which starts this coming Monday. That's February 9th. And I really hope you can join me. As you can tell from the title of the challenge, it's definitely about food and eating habits in midlife, because I want to simplify all the info that you are probably getting, because I'm getting it too, and just give you some simple ideas and tell you all you should know about eating for weight loss, for wellness, and for less menopause symptoms. So if you've never joined a challenge with me before, you don't need to do anything to prepare. All you need to do is open the daily email once you've signed up. It will include a simple challenge for the day. And if you want to share or be accountable or just connect with me and the other women in the challenge, there's a Facebook group I've set up you can join. Maybe you need a challenge right now. Maybe you need a little boost because we're into February now and you might feel behind, as some of us do if January didn't go as we wanted it to. So I invite you to join me. The link is in the show notes and it's $21. That's Canadian. And I hope to see you there. Let's get into today's topic, which is related to what I'll be doing and talking about in the challenge these next 3 weeks. And it's all about fiber. And I want to cover what fiber even is and what types of fiber you need to be aware of and where to even find fiber in your diet. And of course, because I'm talking about fiber, I'll also be talking about poop. So just a warning, if you happen to be eating right now, maybe listen to this after you're done. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate, or carb as we like to call it, that your body can't fully digest. That means it passes through your digestive system mostly intact, which sounds a little weird, but that's exactly what makes it so powerful. So there are two main types of fiber that you should be aware of. And the first one is soluble. As the name suggests, it dissolves in water and it forms a gel-like substance in your gut. And that helps slow digestion, which stabilizes your blood sugar, which is a great thing right now. It helps lower your cholesterol for your heart health. And it feeds your gut bacteria, that second brain, right? Our stomach is our second brain, full of that beautiful gut bacteria that we want to feed. And that supports your metabolism and it supports your immunity. And those are things we really also need as we go through this time of life. And you might notice, for example, chia seeds, when you put them in water, they get this like gel kind of substance around them. So that is soluble fiber. Chia seeds are high in soluble fiber. You can also find it in oatmeal, beans and lentils, apples and citrus fruits, and carrots also have soluble fiber. Then there's insoluble. That's a type that doesn't dissolve in water. What insoluble fiber does is it adds bulk to your stool, which means it keeps your digestion regular. It helps prevent constipation and it helps move the poop through your digestive system, which is what we really want, because you might be noticing that's not happening so much right now. So where do you find this type of fiber? Well, in whole grains like brown rice, like whole wheat. You find it in nuts and seeds, and you find it in vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower and leafy greens, and also in like the skins of fruits like apples and pears, and that's insoluble fiber. Both types are important, so you need both of them. You need a really good mix of both in your diet. We talk about fiber a lot in midlife, but why does it matter so much? And I think I've already mentioned a couple of things already, but as you move through perimenopause and into menopause, you know that your blood sugar is affected. Because fiber helps slow your digestion, your energy is steadier. That's a good thing because when you digest too fast, like processed foods, like anything very sugary, it digests fast. So you spike in energy or spike in blood glucose, and then it drops. And that's when you feel that energy drops. So eating things that are more whole and that have fiber, you avoid this crash and those cravings shortly afterwards. And then it controls your appetite. So basically, fiber, because it is digested more slowly, helps you feel satisfied longer. And so you probably find yourself not reaching for as many snacks. And then there's your gut health, as I mentioned. So you need a healthy microbiome. That's the bacteria that live in your gut because it does impact your metabolism. It does impact your immunity. So if you do get sick often, maybe fiber can help you. It even impacts your mood. So that's something to be aware of. And then heart support, because soluble fiber in particular helps manage cholesterol. And that's especially important in women over 40, because as we get into menopause, like it or not, heart disease is still the number one killer for women in menopause. So we need to think of our heart health as well. And it's not just about cardio, it's about what we eat. And here's a big problem. Most women are only getting about half the fiber they need, which can leave you feeling sluggish. It can leave you feeling bloated, heavy, or just frustrated with your body, even if you eat healthy. And this is where I found myself recently, to be honest, because I'm just newly into menopause. So I'm not having a regular cycle every month. And with my regular cycle, basically, I was having regular poops. And once my cycle disappeared, my regularity kind of disappeared. And it became a lot more of a challenge to be able to poop regularly. So I felt backed up. I felt heavy and bloated. And I realized, even though I was eating healthy, I felt I was eating healthy, but obviously I wasn't getting enough fiber. And I had to really look at that. And it took me a while to really click into it because I kept denying the fact that I was not eating enough fiber. So I had to really look at what I was eating and I started to change what I ate. And lo and behold, I started to poop more regularly. Hallelujah. So, on that note, how much fiber do you actually need? Well, the recommendation is about 25 to 30 grams. Most of us get on average not even 15 grams a day. So, we want to be able to get 25 to 30 grams. That means we've got to really amp it up. So, just to give you some context, what that looks like is one small apple has 4 grams of fiber. A cup of lentils has about 15 grams, so you get a lot of bang for your buck there. A cup of broccoli has about 5 grams. So you can see how easy it is to not eat enough fiber during your day, because I'm sure most of us aren't eating a cup of lentils a day. So, how do you get more fiber into your diet without it feeling like a real chore? With breakfast, and what I've done with breakfast is I have gone to steel cut oats, which, yeah, it takes 20 minutes about to cook on the stove. You can do it other ways. Overnight oats works really well. I've done that too. You can add some berries to that, some chia and flax. Just doing one of these things can make a difference. You don't have to have the whole bowl of oatmeal with all the stuff in it, but if you're not having the oatmeal at all right now, maybe just start with that. And then at lunch, you can add beans, you can add lentils, you can add extra veggies to your soups, to your salads, to your sandwiches. I mean, there's endless possibilities. It's just even sprinkling some seeds or nuts on your salads. It's as easy as just adding some spinach to your sandwich, or maybe mixing some tuna fish with some hummus. That's a new idea too. So just be creative with it. There are lots of ways you can get more fiber into your lunch. And then for snacks, yeah, more fruit with the peel on, ideally. Nuts, roasted chickpeas are really good. Popcorn, if you don't have the salt and the butter on it, really good. And then hydration. Of course, if you're going to eat fiber, especially if you're eating more fiber, you want to have more water. You need plenty of water to make sure that that fiber moves through your system, or it will just stay stuck there. So without the water, the fiber's not going to do the trick. You really need to add the water. The thing to remember is gradual changes, one thing at a time, right? You don't have to overhaul your entire diet. You never do. Your body just needs time to adjust. And this is where I think midlife, we have to think of our strategies differently than we did in our 30s and 40s. We could overhaul things in 30s and 40s without causing any problems. Now, I think it's a bit of a shock to the system when we do that. So, one thing at a time. If you're thinking right now, Debbie, I know I need more fiber, but I don't know how to make it work for me. That's exactly why I created this 21-day Fuel Your Midlife Body Challenge, because inside the challenge, and it's not just about fiber, but inside the challenge, you'll learn how to fuel your midlife body for extra energy, for better digestion, for your metabolism, and for your immunity, as we talked about here too. And for me, every day you'll get daily guidance and prompts to make changes that are simple and realistic. So every day you get to try something new. And then you get to connect with me and a community of women who are also doing this alongside you. And you guys can talk about it. You can compare notes. You can celebrate each other. I love that. And this challenge isn't about dieting. It never is. I don't like even the word diet. And I don't believe in giving up the foods you love. I think you can incorporate everything into the way you eat. It's just about understanding how your body works right now, especially because the game has changed, and how to feed this new body like it is now. It's just like when we talk about cars, right? Right now, a lot of our cars are gas engine cars, but we're going to more electric cars. And of course, the fuel is different. We don't put gas in an electric car. So we have to realize right now we are changing basically the way our body works, and the fuel that we need to use is going to be different. So the challenge starts on February 9th, and I'd love for you to join us. And you can learn more about it and sign up at the link that's in the show notes. So I hope you found this episode helpful. I hope that you're going to be introducing more fiber a little bit at a time into your diet so that you can feel less bloated and just to feel a little bit more relief like I do right now. And next week, I'll go into more ways that you can fuel your body differently. Also, there'll be the challenge that's kicking off Monday, so I hope that you can join me there. And in the meantime, keep moving forward. Thanks for listening, and bye for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Midlife Momentum Podcast. If you want to learn more about working with me, come visit me at DebbieHarbeckCoaching.com. That's Debbie, I-E, Harbeck with a C, coaching.com. See you next week.